How are you, my dear students? Today we are going to complete our study for the story The River That Went to the Sky. But today we are going to talk about the story in details. So I divide the story into parts. The first part from page 248 till page 250. Our title of this part, I make this title Before the River Went to the Sky, What Happened? Let's listen together.
Once there was a river. It ran from one side of the great continent to the other, and it was so wide it looked like a lake, and the land around it was rich. All the animals that lived there had plenty of everything: grass to graze, fruit to eat, nuts to crack, roots to chew, bark to nibble, and leaves to eat. The animals ambled all day long, eating a little, stopping, gazing into the distance, eating a little more, and going on slowly, for there was no hurry. The great vast river meandered across the land, avoiding all the mountains, choosing only the plains and the valleys, but always spreading wide, wide across the land. It rolled gently from one side of the vast continent and went to sleep and glided on the night tide to the other side, backward and forward. It felt good and made happy noises on the banks, like the sound of calabashes filling with water, one gulp at a time.
In the first paragraph, as we can see together, he said, the light before the river went to the sky. Everything, every animal, every plant can find what he needs. As he said, once there was a river, it ran from one side of the great continent to the other, and it was so wide it looked like a lake. And the land around it was rich. All the animals that lived there had plenty of everything. So, in this part, all the animals can find what they need because they have the water for the plants, the water for the animals that they can use for the plants, they can use the water for growing the plants. So everything for them, they had plenty of everything before the river went to the sky. When we complete our reading, it said grass to graze, so they can find their food, fruit to eat, nuts to crack, roots to chew, bark to nibble to eat, and leaves to eat. The animals ambled all day long, eating little, stopping, gazing into the distance. In this part, as I told you, everything can find what he needs before the river went to the sky. Let's move to the second paragraph. Before we move, we have some vocab that we can choose the meaning of each letter. For the first word that we have, the word nibble. What does it mean? Vocabularies that we have in this paragraph. The word nibble. What does it mean? It means to beg food. Another word that we have, the word calabashes. What does it mean, this word, calabashes? It means the sound of the moving trees. The sound of the moving trees. The sound of the moving trees. Let's complete listening.
On the banks grew the low grasses that liked to trail their roots in cool river water. With them grew the papyrus and bulrushes. Behind them grew those grasses that liked to smell the water every day and hear the happy sounds of the river. Water trees stood knee-deep in the water, looking toward the grasses of the low plains that gave way to ankle-high grass, then knee-high grass, all the way to the towering elephant grass. Then came the tall trees of the woods, beyond which were the high plains and foothills of great mountains. The high plains were covered in shorter grasses, where the swift wind blew, keeping everything down except in the sheltered folds of the rolling ridges. In these hidden valleys were groves of rare trees and flowers and many other plants. So everything was all right, until one day the river, gliding sleepily, looked up and saw the stars in the night sky.
So from this part, let's highlight. As I said before the river went to the sky, what happened? We said that everything, as I said here, so everything was all right. The animals can find their food. The plants can find where for going. So nothing, no problems that they have till the time come. And till the time came and the river think to go up to the sky. Why? As he saw the stars in the night sky. So the river had a wish to go to the sky. We need to highlight for this paragraph, okay, this part is the beginning of the story, the river thinking or wishing to go to the sky. This will be listening.
"What is that?" said the river in a sleepy voice. Hyena, who happened to be nearby taking a sip of water, looked up and said, "What's what? Where?" "Up there with the many eyes," said the sleepy river. "That is the night sky," Hyena said, and went on his way. "Oh, how I wish I could go to the sky," said the river, sighing as it fell asleep. The grass with the roots in the water heard this and whispered, "The river wants to go to the sky." The whisper went on to the papyrus, to the reeds, to the short plain grass, and to the knee-high grass. The river wants to go to the sky. The river wants to go to the sky.
In this paragraph, it shows for us the message that moved from the river to the other animals. At first, the hyena heard the sound, why it was drinking water from the river. So, what does it mean the word hyena at first? Hyena is a type of animal. It is a type of animals. Type of animals. Like the dog. And it has the sound, of human life. It has the sound of the human life. This is a type of animal that that I said. I hit the message through drinking or why it was drinking from the river. Then, who the next one heard the message of the river? The grass. The grass with the roots. Okay? Then the message moved from the grass to what? To the wind. Then the wind carried the message to all the animals. Let's complete listening to understand.
The whisper went very fast until it was at the edge of the woods that are hedged by bushes guarding the foothills of the great mountains and the high plains. "The river wants to go to the sky," said a bush, and the trees whispered from trunk to branch to leaf to leaf to leaf, like a gentle stir in an invisible breeze, all the way to the wind-swept high plains where the grass lay low below the swift wind. The wind was quick at picking up whispers from the lower plains, so it snapped the whisper up and dragged it over the high plains, up to the mountains, and over the peaks, where nothing grew because it was too cold. Away into the sky the wind carried the whisper. Swoosh, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The river wants to go to the sky. The night sky heard it, the stars heard it, and early the following day, before dawn, just as it was eating its breakfast, ready to start the day, the sun heard it.
As you said, the message was carried by the wind to all the rest of the animals, to all the other animals. So the wind was quick in carrying the message, so you are required to highlight for this paragraph. The wind was quick at picking up whispers from the lower plains, so it snapped the whisper up and ran it over the high plains up to the mountains and over the peaks where nothing grew because it was too cold. Away into the sky, the wind carried the whisper. So if I ask a question, who carried the message to the other animals? Will say, yes, the wind. You are required to highlight for this paragraph. In this next paragraph, he said, the sun heard it. The sun heard what the river want to do. So what the sun do for the river? Let's know together in the next page. Let's listen.
Very well, I'll visit the river today, said the sun. The river woke up very early, and soon after, the sun came to visit. I hear you want to go to the sky, meandering river, said the sun. Yes, oh, to walk the blue and see the twinkling eyes, the river sighed. Very well, said the sun. I can help you up, but you'll have to find your way down. Down? It looks so beautiful up there.
So the sun said, I hear you want to go to the sky, meandering river, said the sun. The river said, yes, all want to walk the blue and see the twinkling eyes. If I ask a question, why did the river want to go to the sky? Yes, to walk the blue and see the twinkling eyes. What does it mean by twinkling eyes? It means the stars in the sky. Okay, what was the link between the river and the sun? The sun said, I can help you up, but you will have to find your way down. You will have to find your way down. This is the link between the river and the sun. As we said before, the river accepted this deal. River accepted this deal. So the river decided to go to the sky, okay, and he accepted the conditions of the sun that will not come back to his own place. Let's complete listening.
I won't want to find my way down. Gazelle, who happened to be taking a drink just then, sprang up and ran to Elephant and said, the sun is going to take the great river up to the sky, and she says she'll never come back here again. Elephant thought for a while, then raised her trunk and blew a message into the air. The wind, who was always quick at picking up messages, snapped it up, and everywhere it blew, the animals and the plants heard it. The trees were the first to react. They gathered together into the densest forest ever and talked over the matter for days and days. The gathering of trees and creepers became a jungle, but the grasses, thinking it was too dark under the eaves of those huge trees, wandered out onto the plains, and they were so happy they rocked in the wind, singing in their throaty voices. They spread as far as the eye could see. Some small thorn trees and bushes came out and dotted the grassy plains, and this became the savanna. When the animals gathered...
So my question here, how the jungles were formed? He said, the trees were the first to react. They gathered together into the densest forest ever and looked over the matter for days and days. The gathering of trees and rivers became what became a jungle. So my question here, for this paragraph you can highlight, how was jungle formed? We can say that the gathering of the trees of trees and the rivers became what became a jungle. This is the answer of my question here. Another question that we can ask, how was savannah formed? How was savannah formed? Let's move. As she said here, some small thorny trees and bushes came out and dotted the grassy plains, and this became the savannah. So you can highlight for this part of the paragraph. If I ask, how was savannah formed? Okay. That's all for what happened before the river went to the sky. After the river decided to go to the sky, we'll know next time. But before we go for this part, let's move to some questions that we have in this lesson. How did the message move to the other animals? I use this diagram to explain this point in this way. At first, the river said that he wanted to go to the sky. Who heard the river? Who said what? Hyena. Hyena carried the message for what? Hyena heard the message or the river, or heard the river during drinking water from the river. Then we can see that the grass with the roots, bushes, and trees also hear the message. So the message was carried by the wind to the other animals, or to the animals. Again, from the river to hyena, the grass with the roots, bushes, and the trees, then to the wind. From the wind carried the message to the animals. The first part that we said before the river went to the sky. Another question that we have. Explain the genre of the story, the river that went to the sky, as we said, it's what? It's myth. What does it mean by myth? Myth is an old story told by word of mouth that explains something about nature. Who are the characters of the story? As we said last time, the elements of nature, the river, the sun, the wind, the grass, trees, and some animals. What is the plot of the story? What is the problem that happened in the story? As we said, the river want to go to the sky. But what's the problem? All the animals in the plains will suffer from that, yes? So the answer can be, the river wants to go to the sky, but the animals in the plains will suffer. Another question. Who offered to help the river to go to the sky and how? We said, the sun. The sun helped the river through the process of evaporation. You can say he or she, okay? He told the river that he won't come back to his own place as a condition for going up to the sky. And as we know, the process of evaporation, the water will move up, and what happened? It will not change into steam, okay? Why did the river want to go to the sky? We said to walk the blue sky and see the twinkling eyes. Another question that we have, this question page 250. I wrote the number of the page beside each question. How was the jungle formed? As we said, trees and creepers gathered together to form the jungle. How was Savannah formed? As we said, some small thorn trees and bushes dotted the grassy plains to become the savannah. Thank you for listening, and goodbye with another lesson, the second part, after the river went to the sky. Thank you.